These Pilates Ballet stretches are for everyone, not just dancers. They're a fantastic way to open up your hips, improve spinal mobility, and stretch your sides, helping to counteract all the sitting most of us do these days. Traditionally, these moves are done on Pilates apparatus, like the ladder barrel. But today I'll show you how to adapt them at home using a railing or countertop that's close to your hip height. Or get creative, even the back of a sturdy chair could work for some of these. But before we fully dive into this video, I want to say that I understand that finding the motivation to work out at home on your own can be challenging. That's why I'm excited to offer a membership plan designed to help you stay accountable and inspired. As a member, you'll enjoy live online community meetups, weekly curated workout plans, and personal feedback from me directly on your phone, whenever you need it. If you'd like to be the first to know when the membership launches and how to sign up, make sure you sign up for my mailing list. You'll find the link in the description below. All right, let's get stretching. Make sure you have a non-slip surface underneath your feet, and then turn to face on a diagonal towards your railing or countertop. With your heels together and your toes a fist width apart, place the hand closest to the railing on it for support. Lift the outside leg up and place the heel of your foot on top of your railing. Pull the raised leg hip down to square off your hips, and then soften your knee so it doesn't hyperextend. Pull your abdominals in and up as you round over, taking your head towards your knee. Pull the abdominals in to roll back up tall. Lift your waist to take your chest to the ceiling. And then we repeat, round over, pulling the belly up away from your thigh. Use your abdominals to pull your spine back up, and lift the waist, keeping the hips square as you do your little back bend. And again, rounding over, still pointing your tailbone down to the ground, and lift from the abdominals. Keep a long lower back and a long neck in your back bend. Then stand tall to slide that front leg forward along the railing, and pull your center back on top of the standing leg. Do it 2 more times. Make sure your hips stay square and that you're initiating from your center to pull back. Lifting the waist up tall, growing out the top of your head the whole time. And then rotate to face the railing. The bottom leg is slightly turned out still. Square your hips off and ease up in that knee. Switch your hands. Reach the other arm up next to your head. Lift your waist as you lean over towards the raised leg into a side bend. Lift your waist to return to the center. Change arms. Lift up and reach over without lifting your hip. Make sure the hips stay square. Alternate sides. Reach the arm up and away into a long, lengthened side bend. Be sure not to collapse on the sides of your body. You want a lot of space between your ribs and your hip bones. So think of lengthening yourself along the length of your leg rather than down towards your knee. Last time, square hips, soft knees, and then stand tall to finish. With 2 hands on the railing, slide your leg out, pull your center back on top of the standing leg. 2 more times. Remember to keep your hips really squared off. And even though the hands can move with your body, make sure it's not your hands pulling back. Initiate from your center. Then rotate until your hips are facing away from your railing on a diagonal. Square your hips off and lift your back up tall. Round over until you can place your hand right next to your foot. Slide the leg back and lift your abdominals up to the ceiling to pull your hips over the standing leg. Repeat a couple more times. Your hand will walk back with you, but initiate from your center by lifting the abdominals up and keeping your head down. Round up through your spine, lifting your arm and your back up tall to rotate around to face your railing again. With square hips, lift that leg straight up to lower it to the ground. Go back to face the diagonal you started in and hold the outside leg foot behind you to stretch your thigh. Bend the standing leg, tuck your tailbone underneath and lift up from your abdominals to stretch the leg up. Bend, tuck and stretch it up. Bend, tuck to go deeper in the thigh stretch and lower your foot down. Turn around to face the other side. Heels together, toes apart. Lift the outside leg up onto your railing. Square your hips off. The raised leg hip will want to lift, so push it down and ease up in your knee. Lift to round over. Roll back up through your spine, lifting the chest into the little back bend. Stand tall again. Pull up with the abdominals as you dive your head down. Roll through the spine and extend out the top of your head in your back bend. One more time. Remember to keep your knees soft and your hips squared off. And then come standing tall again. Slide the leg forwards. Pull back with your hips until you're on your standing leg. Keeping the hips square as you slide forward and squared off as you come back. Abdominals pulling your lower back up out of your pelvis. And then rotate to face the railing. The standing leg always has just a little bit of turnout for balance. Square your hips off and make sure your knees are soft. Change your hands. Reach up and over into your side bend. Then lengthen back up to the sky to return and change arms. Reach up with the waist and over into your side bend. Lift the waist to return. Alternating sides, I want you to make sure you're keeping your hips square and you're pointing your tailbone straight down towards the ground and then zipping the abdominals up the front. One more time each way. Check that your knees are still soft, you're not hyperextending the knees. And your shoulders are relaxing down your back. Slide the leg out. Pull back from your center to return. Keeping the hips square so the raised leg hip stays down even as you slide out into the splits. Last time. Pull back from your center. Rotate around until your hips are facing away from the railing on a diagonal. Lift your back up tall and then dive your head over as you round down to place your hand next to your foot. Slide back and then lift the waist to bring the hips over the bottom leg. As you slide back, try to keep that raised leg hip forward so the hip stays square. And as you return, lift the waist up away from that front thigh. And then roll through your spine, lift your arm to lift your back. And then rotate around to face the railing again. Lift your leg up to lower to the ground. Turn back to the starting position and let's do the thigh stretch. Hold the outside foot. Pull your knee back. Bend the standing leg. Tuck your tailbone under to go deeper in the stretch and lift from your abdominals to straighten the leg. Bend, tuck, and lift from your waist. Bend, tuck, keep your knee back as you lift your waist and lower your foot down. Let me know how you like these stretches below in the comments and check out my recommendations for mat classes that you can pair with these stretches coming up right now in the end screen. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can keep working out together. I'll see you next time.